Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my show. This is the Dr. Phil Show. Today we have a very serious situation. Dr. Frankenstein and his monster are having some problems. For those of you who are unaware, Dr. Frankenstein is an ambitious scientist who started experimenting with reanimating creatures. He made his monster, or his son, by reanimating human remains. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Sir Dr. Frankenstein.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's just start off by, why don't you give a little background information and go ahead and explain your relationship with your son.
So, my creature I made, not my son, my creature.
Wait. You mean you brought something into this earth, onto this world, and you are not claiming it as your own?
Something that kills my brother is not my son. He's a creature.
But, I mean, did you teach him right from wrong?
He didn't give me a chance. He
Nature
killed my
versus
brother.
nurture?
He killed my
It
brother.
doesn't matter if it came from you. You created him.
I didn't create him. I created him in a lab. He wasn't
Oh,
naturally
you
born.
have got to be kidding me. Man, it got real tense in here real quickly. All right, we'll hear some responses after this commercial break.
Hey, I'm just skating around and I'm not paying attention. And that kid over there, he's playing with his soccer ball. His ball's gonna hit me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm Mayhem, and if you're not paying for Allstate, you can be paying for this all by yourself.
So now that we've heard Dr. Frankenstein's side of the story, I think it's time we ought to bring out his son, or better well known as his monster. Up next, I'd like to welcome what some people call a monster, or others just call a misguided son. Please, everybody help me by welcoming Dr. Frankenstein's creation.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So let's hear your side of the story.
Thank you for having me here on the show today. As you come to know, my father's put me in a pretty horrible place in this world. I've been really trying to understand why I've been so just shunned out of every situation I'm put into, but it's really difficult. I'm having trouble learning how to act like a normal human, and I feel like nobody should deserve this kind of treatment, and I didn't ask for this. I was just put into this world of misunderstanding and misconception, and it's really hard. It's really hard to go day to day with it.
Explaining how your relationship with Dr. Victor Frankenstein has been since this monster or his son was created.
Monster.
Okay, well, ever since Victor became obsessed with creating this monster, he forgot to write me back when he said he'd write to me every day. And he totally forgot all about his social life and his studies.
And that is clearly affecting your relationship. But when I addressed this creature that Dr. Frankenstein had brought into this world as a monster, you agreed immediately. Why is that?
Yes, because he killed his brother, William. That is truly a monstrous
And
act.
if I'm not mistaken, William was much younger, correct?
Yes.
Poor William. And did anybody teach the creature wrong from right in this situation?
No, Victor completely abandoned him.
I would now like to welcome the cottagers. We have Felix, Agatha, and DeLacy.
Bonjour, monsieur. We met a very scary big man. He is, how you say, a creep. He stalked us for many years, and he tried to attack my dad. I don't like him. No.
Bonjour. The monster is very confusing. He gave us food and stole food, and I do not know what to think about him. And trying to attack a blind man is very cruel, so he's a confusing guy.
I wasn't affected by what his appearance was. I just knew him as a human being who was trying to have a regular conversation, and I didn't know that the creature wasn't a person. The way he was talking to me, it seemed like he was just a normal person who just wanted to talk to somebody. And it wasn't until my son got home, Felix, and told me that it was a creature, it was a monster.
All right, we'll hear some responses after this commercial break.
I'm Joey Schieffer, and these are the Evo Speed cleats. Run faster. Perfect touch. Evo Speed Puma cleats. Super light, not that expensive, $185. Like them better than Adidas and Nike.
Thanks for joining us back here again at the Dr. Phil Show. I'd now like to introduce Henry Clerval and Alfonso Frankenstein. Thank y'all for coming.
Nice to meet you.
All right, why don't we start in this little situation with you, Henry, telling me a little bit about your experience growing up with Victor.
Well, Victor and I have been childhood friends. We met at school. I was Victor's only friend. He couldn't
Like,
He wasn't
make
friendly.
friends.
Yeah.
Was he
he
was
was
he rude? Was he?
I was too smart for the other kids, so they didn't like me.
he was just different,
Different.
It's a bit different.
delicate.
And Alfonso, did you see this as a reoccurring theme in Victor's life growing up?
Well, ever since he was a child, we basically raised him to be unique and his own person.
And do you think that he was smarter than everybody else?
He may have had a little bit more intelligence than the rest of them.
I was smarter than everyone else.
And Victor, do you think that this might be one of the reasons why you couldn't make too many friends is because you were overly confident in yourself?
I mean, that could be one of the reasons, I suppose. I
Do
really thought
you
about it.
think that you are putting this attitude that you carry onto your creation and saying, well, he's not good enough, he's making the wrong decision, so I can't love him?
I mean, I haven't really thought about it like that, but maybe.
Well, there you go.
Victor and I have been friends for a long time. We met in early childhood. We met at school. Victor didn't really get along well with others. I was his only friend other than Elizabeth. Then, as we grew up, Victor went to college to pursue his studies. I followed Victor to college to pursue my studies of foreign languages. And when I met up with Victor, he was in the most terrible state. He didn't look like he had been eating or sleeping for months. Then, as we continued talking, we went back to his place and he completely freaked out. Then, after that, months on end was a long recovery. I didn't mention like what made him freak out. I was too scared that he would go into a relapse. He was in an unstable condition. I encouraged Victor to take a few language classes with me to get his mind off of whatever was troubling him, but it didn't work. Victor's a thinker. He wouldn't stop thinking. He kept on dwelling of what upset him. I think Victor needs to first take care of himself before he can take care of others.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth and I'm an orphan that was adopted by Victor's family. I caught the scarlet fever and unfortunately I was cured, but my mother caught it and she passed away. After that, I totally took care of Victor and the family, and since I was such an influential part of his life and a lover to him, I think that he shouldn't have not focused on his studies, and he should have paid more attention to me and the family. And also, since he created this monster and it was such a priority in his life over us, that maybe he should take some responsibility and take care of it or figure something out so he could start focusing on his real family again.
Hi, I'm Alfonso, Victor's dad. Ever since he was a child, I taught him that respect was everything. I've been respected throughout my country, and I've been a very well businessman. I've provided for him all my life, and I was there to teach him right from wrong. And what I see from Victor is that he did not pass on those fathering tips to his creature or
I
son.
understand that you guys have been having some father-son bonding time. Maybe tell us a little bit about how you are approaching this problem and trying to find a solution.
We did. I really started feeling bad for my actions. I took him shopping. I got him.
Yeah, you look very nice.
I got him some new clothes, and I'm starting to be a real father figure for you.
Do you think that you will ever be able to say, "I love you, you are my son"?
Son, I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
Dr. Phil.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless.